What is up, everybody? Welcome. You get to see my face again. I've been recording and I haven't been doing any sort of videos. So I am your WWE pay-per-view champion. I think I'm on day like 204 or 205 with this title, which let me show it off. It's beautiful. It's being hidden by the background. If you're checking us out on YouTube, you can see that. But we are live. We are the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm the Hot Commodity and your current and longest reigning WWE pay-per-view champion, joined by my friend to the left, with his epic. I must say, your man bun is epic. I'm
I
not gonna.
appreciate it.
I
It's
appreciate.
lazy day. That's what I do when I'm late, feeling
I
lazy.
appreciate it. I'm a hair person. Like literally, I'll go. When I was a kid, I used to play with my mom's curly hair to fall asleep. So I'll literally just go be like, "Can I play with your hair?" Like, and I'm like, I'm weird. Fun fact: you have like hair that looks fun to play with, Christian. Okay.
I
For
got that a lot.
who don't see Christian, that's a fun fact to know. And now you should, because now you can see his hair. Look at what I do here. I get people on YouTube. Great. So we are the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast, and we are coming to you live to talk about WWE. My title's like missing. Here we go. WWE Monday Night Raw from June 12th, 2023, and they were live in Wichita, Kansas. Dorothy's not there. Corny joke. She's in Oz. But Rhea Ripley's there, who is the current SmackDown Women's Champion. She comes out, and Adam Pearce gives her the new WWE Women's. Or I'm sorry, the Women's World Championship, right?
What the fucking time?
And it's pretty much like Asuka's title. It's the same looking one as the WWE title. This title looks exactly like the World Championship. Um, but I will tell you, I do like her with the bigger title. I just like bigger titles and it makes them stand out more. She comes out with Dom, and Rhea says, Dom, tell them how amazing I am. And then Dominic says, behind a great woman is a great man. I'll always support mommy. And then Cody Rhodes come out, and Cody says, we can talk about the new champion. He says, you have all the respect from me to you, Rhea. We can talk about my match with The Miz, but let's talk about this. And he shows us to a couple weeks ago, I think it might have been last week or the week before, when Dominic slaps Cody and he runs behind Rhea afterwards. Cody says, I don't think Brock Lesnar has balls to face me again. You thought you could slap me and get away with it. How about you versus me at Money in the Bank? And then Dominic says, as you all saw, I'm not afraid of anyone in this world. I'm embarrassed Cody Rhodes is in the ring like I would embarrass Cody Rhodes in the ring like I would embarrass anybody else. And then Rhea grabs the mic and Rhea says, he is more man than you. Miz attacks Cody from behind. Dominic clips Cody Rhodes, and then Rhea says, Dom accepts. So, with that being said, we're going to take our first break, and when we come back, I want to get your thoughts on this match made Cody Rhodes versus Dominik Mysterio, Money in the Bank. Let's talk. We'll be right back.
Good.
Hello, I'm Ant, and that is the Statue of Liberty, aka known as my good friend Christian, who is killing it. Respect, suck it all the way.
How you guys doing? My name is Christian.
That's Christian, and this is my title belt. I hope you can see it behind my. Wait, why does it do this when I record? It does this shit. Like, it literally blocks. Okay, wait. There we go. Hi, this is my beautiful title belt. Do you like it? I can't. There we go.
Looks great.
There we go. It's beautiful.
Hopefully they bring that title back in the late future.
Yes, beautiful. All right. We were just talking about. I'm gonna have to turn because I don't know why. I'm gonna fix this. The title belt needs to be seen. Perfect. Is that seen? Okay. There we go. Okay. So we're talking about um Dominik Mysterio versus Cody Rhodes at Money in the Bank. Is this a big money match for you? Are you excited for this one, or do you think that Cody should be fighting somebody else and Dominik should be fighting somebody else?
I honestly think Brock Lesnar said, fuck you guys, I'm not going to the UK. I think this is a match that I'm being so serious. I think this is a match where Cody Rhodes this is a distraction for Cody Rhodes because after this he's going straight back to Brock Lesnar and they're finishing what they started. But this is a good match for Dominik. We haven't seen, besides his WrestleMania match against his dad, we haven't seen him compete in a big singles match at a big pay-per-view. So this is going to be good. My only was I thought Cody was going to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match, but I guess he has some unfinished business with the Bloodline, as we saw a little bit on a sneak peek on SmackDown. Kinda. I think so. But
But
I don't want to say what it was, but I think I saw what I saw. I don't know. But anyway, this match doesn't excite me too much because here's my problem with Dominik. As great of as heel he is, and as great, people don't let him talk when he do his promos. My only problem with Dominik is one, I don't like the whole, and him and Rhea work very well together. I don't like the whole him Dominik being a punk ass little kid and then has to hide behind his friends.
I
He
agree.
he does this with Damian Priest. I guess that's what makes him a fucking. That's why people hate him, and I guess it works for him. But me personally, I don't like. But that's why him and Priest work together. It's weird, but it's, you know what I mean, because that's why him and Priest work. Priest is this tall, big guy who, Dominik can be this pussy little wimp who can talk all the shit. He just has to hide behind Damian Priest. No one's gonna fuck with him. So that's my only problem with Dominik's character. Other than that, his mic skills are getting a little bit better. I think this is a good time that his first feud that's not his dad. So this is a real test for Dominik to see what he can do without his dad leading the charge, leading the way. But it's not like oh my god, I need to be home to watch Cody Rhodes versus Dominik.
Yeah.
Because I think both one of those guys, if not both those guys, should be in the Money in the Bank. But I'll tell you my prediction there. But I'm really excited because I hope this guy wins. But yeah, that's how I feel, man. We got to see what Dominik can do without his dad kind of taking in charge, and because it's so easy to work when especially when you have a close relationship like Dominik and Ray, and Ray's such a veteran in this business, knows how to make his son look like a fucking $1 million. So we need to see if he can do that himself.
Throughout this whole entire promo, I've gone through 3 different back. Yo, the fucking title isn't getting anywhere. What the fuck is going on? Okay. I agree with you. This isn't a big money match for me either. But I do say it makes sense in terms of that Cody's not gonna let Dominik get away with slapping him, and someone's gonna stand up to that little. Not that he's a little bitch, but his character is. Somebody's
Let's
gonna.
get Brandy Rhodes out there and smack the shit out of Rhea.
She's gonna come out. Here we go. Let's make it a mixed tag. But our first
No. Don't make it a mixed tag. Do not
just
make it a mixed
Rhea
tag.
versus Brandy.
Just do no. Do some bullshit where like Rhea tries to fuck with Cody during the match, and then here comes Brandy.
Oh God, here comes Brandy, and everyone turns it off. So we have
That's what I did with AEW when she came on.
right. You turn it off. Cody Rhodes defeats The Miz here on Raw after a crossroads. We kind of knew this was going to happen. You always talk about the poor Miz and his winning streak.
Jesus Christ,
Again, he's just here to make the other guys look good. Do you have anything to talk about this match, or do you think it's just like just kind of filler?
Poor fucking Miz, man. He
Mike,
works great. It's just, I'm just gonna keep saying what I say every week about him. So stop making him look like Stop making him. At this point, I'm just gonna accept it. I have to
just get
accept
upset.
it. This is his role now in WWE. This is his role now in WWE. Unless they can give him something like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna I repeat myself every time I talk about the Miz. I don't know what else I can say about him.
I don't know. Like they need to start. Honestly, I hate to say it, but it's not because of him as a wrestler, because he still obviously can wrestle. But at this point, just put him on commentary. Like that's pretty much all he does. He goes,
And Miss
talks
TV,
show.
he gets his ass kicked.
and gets his ass kicked. Have him do commentating and just, because literally he's just there for people to beat him up. There's been no story for him since like Logan Paul, and that was last year.
That was kind of mediocre too.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the greatest. That was Logan Paul's debut, and of course they had to have the Miz to lose. But it makes sense they were WrestleMania partners. That was like the last time Miz like did something.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, for crying out loud, Miz losing to Snoop Dogg and WrestleMania goes Hollywood.
And Pat McAfee.
Oh my God!
He lost 2 nights. Remember, they fought twice.
Yeah. It's don't remind me.
Mm-hmm. Let's move on. So
lazy booking.
We gotta do like a little thing, lazy booking, like a little like fucking noise machine. Becky Lynch comes out, and Becky says the person with power has the briefcase. Trish was so scared she was gonna lose, so she got an insurance policy. Then Zoe Stark comes out. Zoe says, one accomplishment you will never have is that you have never beaten Trish Stratus. Becky says, I have learned from every failure I've had. We haven't learned a lot about you. I know you're special in this ring, but you lack a personality, which is true. Zoe says, you became relevant for someone breaking your face. You're leeching onto Trisha's fame. At Money in the Bank, I'll break your face again and make you famous. And then we see Becky Lynch then go on and defeat Chelsea Green with Sonya Deville after Becky locks in the disarmer. And Chelsea Green actually took a couple of fucking shots to the railing. I mean, holy shit, Becky was not playing with her. I agree with Becky. I think Zoe lacked personality.
Absolutely. This promo was god awful by her. Promo was awful.
Mm-hmm.
Not by Becky, by Zoe Stark. She mumbled every sentence. She was very hard to understand. It looks like she was forgetting her lines, which is why that concern. That's not concerned. That's the only problem I have with the art of telling promos. Mm-hmm. If you can cut a good, I don't call me a mark anybody. I don't give a shit. If you can make a great promo without having to memorize bullshit scripted lines that bullshit writers give you, that's why AEW has a little. That's what AEW does a little bit better, and it can go bad, but it goes great because at the end of the day, hate to say it, these wrestlers are actors. Mm-hmm. A lot of them fucking really are. Mm-hmm. If you can act like you guys are having a promo, also, I feel like that just doesn't feel organic.
Yeah,
that doesn't feel like Zoe Stark's coming in and teaming up with the legend, going after one of the biggest stars in the business. It just feels like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna go out there, say this, blah blah blah. It looks like she's really being told what to do, and that's what makes her less
likable.
What's the word? More like just like
potential,
especially for me when I don't watch NXT that much. I'm gonna be honest. I don't care for NXT. I'm a huge Wesley guy. I like Carmelo. Those are the only two guys I really follow. But I
know exactly what you're saying.
For somebody who's not familiar with NXT, she doesn't stand out. Perfect. She does not stand out at all. And when I'm not a wrestler. I never told the promo, but when you have the microphone in your hand and you keep looking down and but
that's a fair statement.
Chelsea Green, and with Chelsea Green, they're just doing her dirty. I think she's a great talent. Yeah. I don't know what they have for her. Maybe going to WWE wasn't the best thing. I don't know, but we need to see more wrestling, less bullshit backstage promos with her, Pearson DeVille.
I've noticed that, and even with the women's wrestling lately, it's been I don't know, shorter matches. And
women's wrestling right now is terrible. Women's wrestling, I think the last year women's wrestling was great. I think the only time women's wrestling was great was really, really, really recently when they did the whole year when they did the all women's pay-per-view.
So like 2018. Yeah,
That when women's wrestling was amazing. They did the first Royal Rumble. Asuka just came onto the scene. Charlotte and Becky were starting to get over, coming up from Alexa Bliss was the face of the company for women.
yeah,
Her and Charlotte. I think Ronda Rousey made her debut that year.
yeah, yeah.
Women's wrestling was great, and I think it's taken a really big downfall.
Yeah. WWE
And
has
it
a
sucks.
problem. Go ahead, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just it sucks because I'm a fan of women's wrestling. I love women's wrestling. Sometimes I love women's wrestling more than the guys.
Give them a bra, panties, and lingerie match every once in a while. Come on.
Like I'm happy they got rid of the divas. I'm happy they're not called divas anymore for crying out loud. I mean, I can't imagine Rhea Ripley being called a diva.
I mean, I can't imagine Rhea Ripley in underwear.
Rhea Ripley's the best. Like, okay, let's take Rhea Ripley for example, real quick before we talk about our next segment. Somebody, a female wrestler as dominant as Rhea Ripley, has to have bullshit storylines against Zelina. I love Zelina Vega. Shout out to my Boricua sister, but
What do you
no one gives a fucking shit about a feud with her and Zelina. Zelina's not on Rhea's level. Bianca, I'm sorry to tell you, as great and as over she is, she's not on Rhea's level. Becky, I love you to death, baby, but you are not on Rhea's level.
I will fight you on that. I want
No,
to
hell no.
see the two of them.
I will love to see
I
the two of
want
them.
to
That would be
see
a
the
fucking brawl.
two of them.
As of right now, Charlotte is the only one that can compete with Rhea, and we don't need that again.
Well,
Now she's
because,
having.
but to be fair, we've seen that though. That's why. Like we've
That's
seen,
why exactly. So I would love to, dude. Her and Becky would be a fucking killer. I agree. I agree. I would love to see that match.
WWE has a problem with like momentum. Like they build things up and then it's
They
like,
build it up, slow it down, they
yeah,
forget about it,
yeah,
and then they go back into it when no one gives a shit and
mhm,
everyone's forgot about
exactly.
it.
And you have a good judgment on Zoe because you know a lot of people she's new, she's new. Well, John Cena was new on SmackDown when he came out, and he challenged Kurt Angle in June 2002. Nobody knew who the fuck he was, and that one promo, I'm not lying to you. I'm not saying just because it's history. I remember that promo being little watching that, I'd be like, oh crap, oh shit. So you don't have to be seen
I
all
agree.
the time to come out
Absolutely.
and make your presence felt and stand out. So she needs to.
Absolutely.
Um,
But she has great, and one more thing, she has great people, you know, she has great people teaching her.
mhm.
She has Shawn Michaels, who's I'm sure or I'm sure has mentored her. I'm sure some of the veterans backstage who's been doing this forever help her out. Fuck, I'm sure oh my god, she's tagging with Trish Stratus. She's definitely gonna be. She's gonna learn a lot. She's gonna learn a lot. And I agree. I'm not.
I hope.
I'm not sitting here saying no. I hope too. I'm not just sitting here saying that. Oh my god, I forgot they're in Miz's hometown tonight. I'm sorry, but like, yeah, you have to start somewhere, and as long as she does what she has to do, I think her wrestling. I need to see more of her wrestling before I really give a hard judgment on Zoe Starch because her first promo, main roster, she's probably nervous. I get it, but let's see how she wrestles.
Good segue. So we see the Judgment Day backstage, and Finn Balor does not look interested. He looks like he is somewhere else in his mind. He doesn't want to be in this situation. He looks very interested. They actually ask him about it, and Finn says, like, I'll out of my mind. And Damian says, I'm going to go out there alone tonight. So Damian Priest defeats Matt Riddle in a Money in the Bank qualifying match.
Oh
It was a
god.
very good match. But Priest gets the win after the Razor's Edge, and he gets a 3. After the match, the Intercontinental Champion Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser come out, and I'm like, oh shit, is something going to happen between Judgment Day and Imperium? Damian Priest comes out, he steers at Gunther, and he says, go get the bones. Gunther attacks. Don't ruin anything, bitch.
I'm not.
Gunther attacks. He's watching Raw live. Gunther attacks.
Can you hear it? Because I'll turn it down if you
I
can.
can't hear anything. I'm just saying.
Okay, I'll turn it
Yeah.
down. Okay.
No, respect. You're good. Gunther attacks and slaps Matt Riddle and then chomps Riddle and just leaves him laying. So I thought Orton was gonna come out. No,
No, that would have been fucking crazy. And
uh
that's not what happened. Sorry.
that didn't happen.
Got to get that out there. That's not what
Okay,
happened.
that's
But
no Orton. Okay.
I No, man. I think Damian Priest is the right guy to win this match. They've been building him up a lot since Puerto Rico. He didn't have a WrestleMania match. He really needs this. I think he's gonna. I'm gonna give it my early prediction. He's the one that's gonna fucking win Money in the Bank. I'm not gonna say he's gonna. Yeah. Oh fuck yeah, he's winning Money in the Bank. But
Okay.
I'll talk more about him later. But the right guy to win. Here's my problem with Matt Riddle.
Mm-hmm.
He comes back from this long suspension
Mm-hmm.
and then gets thrown into the fucking mix right away like he just nothing happened.
Well, look at the Usos. Jimmy Uso fucking constantly is getting fucking DUIs, and he's in the number one storyline. To be fair,
Okay, to be fair,
to be
that
fair,
number one storyline for
over two.
about over 2 years straight was the reason why that this show was watchable to begin with. So
I
WWE
know,
had no fucking choice to put Jimmy Uso in that.
Christian, even before the storyline, like he's gotten DUIs back in
Oh,
like,
absolutely, absolutely. Back
then he
2015.
tries to blame his wife. But anyways, go ahead.
No, I agree. He's been getting DUIs for forever, and I don't know, but so has Matt. Matt Riddle has been kind of a cokehead forever.
True,
I
but
don't know. It goes
but
both ways.
at least like to your point, at least he's not really. If right now the career trajectory of the Usos and Matt Riddle,
Oh yeah.
I mean, Riddle's kind of. But anyways,
Have you seen the video of Jimmy Uso getting arrested? It's kind of hard to watch.
it's bad. I've seen the video of Chris Jericho punching a woman. But
What
yes, Chris Jericho has laid out a woman. Yeah. Um,
was this like? Holy shit! This has had to
like
be
in
like
the street.
Y2J Jericho.
It's like back like when he had like the short like 2008 when he had the short hair like when he was
Oh my god! I thought this was like 1990. I thought it was like
no
WCW long hair
no
Lionheart type. Not like you know what I mean. Holy shit!
but let's move on. So yeah, Gunther and Imperium are definitely are on Matt Riddle's shit list. Um,
I have a
Cody's
lot to say about
backstage.
Imperium.
I love Imperium. I know you're not a fan, but they're dominant. They're the
I'm
shit.
a fan of Gunther.
Okay, respect. Ludwig actually is with Tiffany Stratton from NXT.
Really
Mhm.
interesting.
And Gunther is with Ginny. Okay, so
Yeah, they just got married not
they
that
got
long
married.
ago.
Congrats, Gunther. Cody's out. Oh shit, this thing is breaking. I knew. This shitty fucking thing. I knew it. My cup is broken. Anyways, my life is falling apart. Okay. So Cody's backstage and he just says mommy accepted on behalf of Dominic. Just talk shit about Dominic, whatever. Natalia's
That's another
backstage.
thing.
Natalia says being me has gotten being yeah, wait, what? Yeah. Being
Oh
me has
fucking
gotten me
Jesus!
nowhere. So
Yeah, it hasn't.
it hasn't. But it's gone. She goes, maybe I don't know how to be me anymore. And then she leaves. But she has a title shot against Rhea Ripley tonight on Raw. So there you go.
Oh my god,
Then we
again?
see, yep, Kevin
For
Owens.
what?
I don't know. KO and Sami are interviewed. KO says tonight we get payback. Imperium show up and the two teams argue. I don't really like this gimmick of Kevin Owens getting mad and being explosive. It's kind of silly because let him have his remember when he in the beginning when I forgot his nickname, but he just like came out and he just like beat up everybody and just kept it moving. It was just like do that. It's not he's like, oh, I'm gonna snap in 3 minutes. Like it's like come on. Like we like
Right.
come on. He has never shown signs of doing that. Yes, he snapped before, but he's just laid out everybody and left. He's never been like, I have anger problems all of a sudden. It doesn't make any sense. But what do you think about
No, about what?
his anger issues?
They're annoying. Where's Dr. Shelby?
Where is he? I know he helped Team Hell No so much. Kane's come so far. Kane's the fucking mayor thanks to Dr. Shelby.
Oh
So.
my god, I know.
You talked about this guy, or oh well, you mentioned him earlier. Bronson Reed. Uh, he defeats Ricochet here by disqualification
This is yeah.
after Shinsuke Nakamura attacks Bronson Reed. after Bronson punching Shinsuke into Ricochet, but Ricochet and Shinsuke end up nailing a huge double superplex to Bronson. I get for me, I
Why
don't
end the
see this.
match like that?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
did too, bro. Bronson Reed moves so well for his size. And Ricochet, look, I've had problems with Ricochet having matches with like guys way bigger than him, just
hmm
because I'm more, I like to see that Prince Puma shit. I like to see that, that type of Ricochet, and he can't have that with guys like Gunther. He can't have
yeah,
that with guys like,
yeah.
and I'm not saying he can have this with a guy like Bronson Reed, but Bronson Reed can do some
I would
moves for his
love to see
size.
him and Gargano run it back again.
That
Like,
would be, oh my god, yeah.
like I agree with you. Like, all he has new Rey Mysterio. I'm a giant killer. Like, no, you're not. You don't need
No,
to.
I agree 100%. But this is a match where I thought Ricochet could have been the guy. But if you're not going to make Ricochet the guy, make Bronson Reed the guy and win the match. Oh my God, Trish Stratus is fighting in a Money in the Bank
Mhm,
qualifying.
yep.
What?
Heck yeah.
Interesting.
Listen,
But
she better win.
interesting. But no, I do think they need to do a little bit better with finishes because that finish it was a great match, horrible finish, lazy booking.
Dude, that should be the name of like any time like shit happens. Lazy fucking booking. Because
My idol Jim Cornette.
what happened with him?
I said no. That's the quoted by my idol Jim Cornette.
Jim fucking Cornette. He's awesome, dude. I saw he did another podcast recently.
Oh, I listen to his podcasts every morning on the way to work. I have like a 30-minute drive to work. I listen to his shit every day on my breaks, everything.
I still like
I get
literally
notifications on YouTube for his clips. So
pops
when he
up.
talks
Yeah.
about, so like when I
Yeah.
see him, it just depends. Like when I want to hear him talk about something, he's obsessed with CM Punk. So anytime I hear CM Punk, I click. Anytime I hear him just review, I was listening before you sent me the link here. I was listening to him talk about MJF versus Adam Cole, which I thought was a phenomenal match. But yeah,
Listen, I crack up because it's just so funny to me because the Dark Side of the Ring episode where he's talking shit about Vince Russo.
oh my God, Doink the Clown episode comes out
Oh, I
tomorrow.
can't
Let's
wait. I'm
go. I'm
excited for
so
that.
excited to see
I'm
that.
excited. But
I'm not too
but
familiar with Matt Osborne.
well, Matt Bourne. Yep, that's the dude
Matt
who was
Bourne, yeah.
yep, he was doing.
I'm not too familiar with him beside out of Doink before
Mhm.
Doink. Obviously, I'm really young, so I'm curious.
I'm really young. Put it in my face. We'll
I
move
didn't like the Magnum MA one. The Graham one was
Magnum
okay, but
TA. Yeah, the
I
Grandma.
really thought, yeah, I thought them for real quick. I'm sorry to get off topic,
Oh,
and
go
I
ahead.
know for
Go right ahead.
Dark Side of the Ring renewing or not, almost not like having another. We almost not got a Dark Side of the Ring. They started off great with the Chris Candido and Sunny one. I just thought that one was great to start with, but I don't know. They got Bam Bam coming up. That's the most one I'm excited for. The Bam Bam Bigelow. I'm
I think
really
it's because you're
interested for his
young,
story.
right? Like I don't remember a lot of the Graham people. Like I don't. So like for me, it's hard to really like care, not care, but like when they were talking about Magnum T, I'm like I knew who he was, but like I didn't know anything about him. So I'm like, oh. So it was more like
No, yeah, with Bam Bam, I don't know how he died. Like, what happened with him? What happened with his WCW days? Like, I want to know. Like, I want to know. So I'm excited for that one. Yeah.
well, Finn Balor comes out because I want to know what happened. Like, what's up with him? And Finn
Oh
says, Seth
Jesus.
Rollins, I know you're here. I'm here. We need to talk. Just facts. So get out here now. Right? So the world champion Seth Rollins comes out. Finn says, 7 years ago, I beat, who is this? Yes.
That was
Yes.
7 years ago.
Yep. 7 years ago, I
Holy
beat Roman
fuck.
Reigns on my first night. 3 weeks later, I beat you to become the first Universal Champion. Seth says, what do you want to say? Finn goes, what should have been the highest became my biggest low because of you. I tore a torn bicep, fractured eye socket, injuries happen. What bothered me is you took everything from me, my title and a year off of my career. Now it's my turn to take it all from you. I'm going to take it all out, money in the bank. And then Seth laughs. Seth says, this is the Finn Balor I've been waiting to see for 6 years. One of us got for 6. One of us got bitter, and one of us got better. I've done some bad things. I've made moments that these people will never forget. I'm the greatest version of Seth Rollins. Proof is this title. You are on at Money in the Bank. Which version of Finn Balor is coming to London? This bitter shell of a former champion doesn't stand a chance. But the Finn Balor that beat me with his arm hanging off, his body has a shot. Um, he goes, "Are you gonna bring that Finn Balor or the guy acting like a little bitch?" And then he leaves. I thought that was a pretty good promo from these two.
No, I thought it
What
was
do
a
you
great
think?
promo. Oh, sorry.
No, go
I
ahead.
thought that was a great promo too. I mean, oh my god, I can't believe I remember I was watching it with my best friend in his basement. He's a big demon Finn Balor guy. I was rooting for him too, but it was hard to believe that was 7 years ago. That's fucking
Mhm.
ridiculous. And
Yeah,
I'm old enough to talk about that because I watched it live. It was great. But anyway, this promo was great. A little bit of nostalgia for me. Seeing them do. I think they did a promo on Monday Night Raw with Foley. I believe. Correct me for some shit like that.
yeah,
But we didn't see much of them. Besides that, because we know Balor got hurt during that match at SummerSlam. So I just think that this is great. I don't think he's gonna win it. But it's good to see that because I was very curious and not just curious but a little concerned what was next for Finn Balor after his feud and WrestleMania match against Edge. So to see him have something going on at least for now, um, I kind of think I know what's next after this, but for now I think it's good to have, and he's in the main event scene
yeah.
with the champion of the brand, so he's still going strong with the Judgment Day. I mean, I'm not saying anything, but right now he's taking charge of the Judgment Day. So we're seeing more of him right now than ever recently. So he's always been that odd guy. Is it just me, or does Finn Balor have always seemed like we talked about this off air too? I feel like this is who I was talking about, or maybe we were talking about it earlier. Finn Balor to me has always felt like the odd man out of the Judgment Day group. There's Rhea, who's the champion, she's dominant. There's Dominik, who everyone hates, and then there's Priest, who's probably the best in-ring performer out of all of them in the fucking group. Finn just always seems like that odd man out. So now he's getting more of the spotlight, and I think it's good because that's been a huge issue for me. Fuck Seth Rollins for a second because we know how great and we know how over Seth Rollins has been in the past year.
Mhm.
Finn Balor's a great talent, but it just sucks that he joins a group. And I understand he's not one of the original members, but neither is fucking Dom. And he's way over than Finn. And Finn's a way better in-ring performer than Dominik by a long shot, even on the mic. So I don't know. It's bugged me for a while
Christian
that.
has turned into a ghost.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm texting my madre,
I
and my
love
phone's on
it.
the charger.
No,
But you
I
guys
love
can. I
it
have the
so
AirPods
much.
into the mic, so
No,
you guys can hear me.
Christian, I was cracking up because I could see that you were like talking because I could see like movement and I'm just dying. He goes, no, you're totally good. I just thought that was pretty funny. Awesome. Yes, I agree.
But yeah, that's how I feel.
Finn Balor needs to like really like reinvent, and I think this year is going to be a lot of reinvention with him. There are some theories going around about replacements, and we'll get there when we get there.
I think Priest is gonna turn on him.
Well, someone's going to turn on
They
someone.
can't do that. They can't. They are gonna fuck everything up. We'll talk about that when the time is
We'll
right.
talk about
But
that. Someone's
they're
going to.
gonna fuck. They will fuck if they turn any of these guys here. They're gonna fuck this whole thing up.
Well, another fuck up here. We have one half of the women's tag team champion, Shayna Baszler with Ronda.
Oh God.
She beats Raquel Rodriguez with help from Ronda. Ronda pretty much helps Shayna roll up Raquel, and Shayna gets 3. These two are going to be taking on Isla Dawn and Alba Fire on SmackDown this week. Really nothing here, but just them proving their dominance, I guess, right?
No, yeah. I mean, what the fuck do you want me to talk about? Do I
Yeah.
think this like I'm talking about. Not talking to you. I'm talking about the WWE. Like,
Mhm.
what do you want people who to that actually like that review this shit to talk about? I mean, I know you guys don't give a shit, but like, what this the ratings. This is one of the last segments of the show, right? So we're in the last. We're in like the 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock era,
We're like,
10 o'clock
we're
period.
like almost. If I was doing the show, I'd say we're like at like 10, like maybe like 10 o'clock, like 10:10 at this point.
And they couldn't do this in the beginning of the show.
Like middle, like 9:58, maybe beginning of the third
What
hour.
was the main event? The main event was
Imperium versus Kevin
Imperium
Owens.
versus Kevin Owens. They couldn't like what a shitty match to have before like and I know I have my things with Imperium. That's just because I don't like Gunther being around anybody. I think he should be solo. But I don't have a problem with Da Vinci, whatever the skinnier one that says Gunther. I don't have a problem with him. I think his in ring performance. I think his in ring works great too. And obviously KO and Sami, they're the shit. So I just think it's really they can't put these matches, and we know. And look, they're doing Raquel a little bit dirty. They pushed her. They tried pushing her. They had her. Maybe it's because her partner got hurt, but they had her so over for the longest time. I mean, she was a long Anthony. She was a big favorite to win the Royal Rumble, and she came nowhere fucking close.
Well, she was fighting Ronda Rousey in January. Remember, she had the thing on her arm, and she was like,
And she came nowhere close.
mm-hmm.
Oh wait, my bad. She wasn't in what match, dude? Didn't she? I could have swore she qualified for some tournament or some bullshit.
Well, she like ended up like again. She got hurt. She hurt her arm, and then she came
Okay,
back to beat up Ronda and Shayna. Then nothing happened. They just dropped the story.
then maybe okay. Then maybe I got it. But I'm not wrong. Maybe I was okay. I thought she competed in the Rumble first. I don't know. I thought she
I
was the
think she
favorite.
did. She did.
No, I don't. No, I think she did fight for the SmackDown title at Royal Rumble.
Did she? Oh, well.
I think so.
Anyways,
But yeah, I mean, poor Raquel. I mean, I want to see, dude. I want to see main event Shayna. I want to see Ronda versus Shayna,
me
dude.
too.
Can we please? I don't think we appreciated Shayna Baszler's run in NXT. Now that I think about it, I used to hate on it so much. What is this MMA bitch? Ronda Rousey's best friend coming in thinking that she's a pro wrestler, but man, she was great. I mean,
Dude,
her matches
the
were
Queen of
always fucking
Spades.
5 star. I always thought not one. I don't think any Shayna Baszler match. I think every single What Shayna Baszler match can you remember on the main roster? None. Which
Uh,
one can you remember in NXT? Every single Kyrie Sane match they've ever had was phenomenal.
mhm.
Um, every single she's fought Bianca Belair,
Yep.
amazing. So she's fought Rhea Ripley.
Io Sky,
Io
Candice
Sky, oh my
LeRae.
god, great. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? This is just, I know, yeah. I don't know why I spent
Well,
too much time talking about that shit.
that's all right. Let's move on. This is the one of the last segments before our main event. We have Chad Gable with Maxine and Otis. He defeats Eric with Ivar and Valhalla. During the match, Maxine nails an arm drag to Valhalla, taking her out, and then Chad Gable rolls up Eric. What do you think? Maxine was the best part of this.
Yo, Maxine has been fun to watch. Like, I know she's hot as fuck, and I know, like, I like her. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a fan of the maximum male faggots or whatever. Not like, you know what I mean? I just, because I think it's so, for WWE, I think that's really stupid. Because,
Mhm.
like, I, dude that like the dude okay the dude's a little bit funny when he was like I'm not cosmetically clear to compete. That was funny. Like I
Well, I mean,
giggled,
they're getting listen, like
but
they're
we
pushing
don't
the
no one wants to
boundary
see yeah, like this
with
is
their canning online. Like, listen, like
we don't want to see that. Like that's a little
I mean,
weird,
some
but
I ain't gonna hate, but you know,
no, you like what you
but
like, but
but
like that's not. I understand
it's
it's
not.
entertainment.
It
This is an
shouldn't be shoved
entertainment
down your
business.
face.
I understand this is an entertainment business, but this is world wrestling entertainment. But I think Maxine's having. She looks like she's having really, really fun with Chad and Otis. I did want to see them split, but I just want them to be taking a little bit more serious.
Mhm.
Because Chad is I've said this numerous times, incredible performer. I don't think Otis is bad. They need to be taken serious, especially how fucking mediocre and awful this tag team division is. Especially now with the Usos really not even in the tag team scene. KO and Sami are tag team champions because of fucking storyline. We needed some real tag team champions back. Holy shit.
Maybe Maxine will help them out. But here's what will help them
WWE
out.
needs a tag team.
They do. They
They need
need
to sign a tag team.
vendors.
They need to sign
We
a tag team.
are going to take our last break because we have less than a minute. When we come back, we're going to cover an interesting promo backstage and then our main event, Kevin Owens and Sami versus Imperium. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Dude.
Welcome back. I am still your host and still the longest reigning WWE pay-per-view champion of all time, and the hot commodity. We're having technical difficulties. I'm going to be quickly completing this episode. Christian will be back. I'm going to be getting his thoughts when we cover SmackDown. This is just going to be pushed out quickly for you guys. We see JD McDonough backstage. He's talking to Finn Balor. JD thanks Balor for the advice, and it's a little weird. We don't really know what's going on here. Damian Priest then shows up, and Balor says, "When you win, you won't cash in on me, right?" And then Damian Priest says, "Seth Rollins has you causing you tension between us. At Money in the Bank, you end this with Seth Rollins." So Damian Priest leaving choice words there for Finn Balor. I'm just curious about JD McDonough. All right, we have our tag match, our main event. We have the tag team champions Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn defending against Imperium. This is a great match, a lot of back and forth action. The tag team champions Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens get the win after Matt Riddle runs down and gets, some revenge on Imperium from earlier. Kevin hits Gunther with a DDT on the ramp, and then Sami nails Ludwig with a blue thunder bomb, and they retain the title. Obviously, Imperium are not done with Sami, Kevin, or Riddle. And I'm curious about what that whole JD McDonough and Finn Balor situation was. I want to thank Christian for joining me today. He's an awesome killer. We're going to be joining SmackDown tomorrow. That will be dropping. Thank you guys for tuning in. Stay safe and stay uncensored.